Hey, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. So we've had a fantastic discussion going on in our Nature Reliance School Community Facebook group about wintertime car kits and things that we should have in them. I always like to get those discussions started and let the group come up with a listing of things, and then let the others in the group that might not be so prepared just look at the list and realize, hey, I do need that, or I've already got that, or something. I'm not a big fan of me personally putting out a list because people assume because I'm in a position that I am that I know it all, and I don't. Oh my gosh, I just don't. I'm continuing to learn. It's one of the reasons I do the things I do in the group, so I can continue to learn. But I do have some experiences and some gear pieces that maybe others haven't thought of. So I'm going to go through what I keep in my truck 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, basically, in hopes that it'll add to your wintertime car kit. Now, I'm not going to go through everything that I keep in the vehicle. That would take too long, but I am going to go over some things that I think that are beneficial for a wintertime situation, particularly where you slide off the road or death by GPS. That's a term, not my term, but something I use to describe GPS takes you down the wrong road or something of that nature. Okay. So let's get started. I wish I had a stand to put my camera on and talk and show stuff, but I don't. And we'll muddle through this as best we can as far as the videography aspect of it. But first things first, what do I wear? Polyester against my skin whenever I'm going out. You'll notice a lot of my videos, I'm wearing like what look like exercise pants. That's because in this environment, when it's really cold, I have a pair of bib overalls in the back of my truck that when I'm out doing stuff, I'll typically wear those, or I'll put a pair of rain pants or something over top in warmer temps where there's a lot of snow like this. It just makes it more comfortable for me to spend extended periods of time outdoors wearing pants like this. Muck boots, can't beat muck boots for keeping your feet dry and warm if you've got good socks. I've got the waffle knit shirt, wool vest, just a ball cap, just for the ball cap, keep some of the reflection off of my eyes. I need some sunglasses big time, but I don't have any right now. I broke them. But let's start getting into some gear pieces here and talk about some things that I do. Let me see if I can figure out how to set this up somehow. All right, I think this is gonna work. All right, so I always keep this shirt. This is a Cabela's waffle knit. It's got a hood and actually a face guard on it. Their extreme cold weather system. This is the label on it. This is like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to stay in the truck for extended periods of time. I need something against my skin that will pull moisture off my skin and keep me warm. This is it. Fantastic. I very rarely wear this in the state of Kentucky. It just does not get that cold. I keep a sleeping pad. This is the insulated static V from Climate in my truck for extended periods of time if I have to stay in my truck. And that's probably a strategy that needs to be discussed. If you pull off side of the road, go off side of the road accidentally, stay with your truck. Don't try to be a hero. I've got some signaling devices that are going to help you with that too. Bandana, cotton bandana. You can pull this apart and use it as char tinder because it's cotton. So I always get cotton bandanas. This one has some survival tricks and tips on it. Here's a good one. This is a flare, road flare. The way you use these, if you've never seen these before, you've probably seen them on the side of the road, but you take this top off. This is the flare. You take this complete cap off of it. Try to get this back, and I'm gonna let this burn. I'll let you know at the end of the video how long this lasts. And you strike it, and now you got a road flare. So I'm gonna stick this in the snow. If I can find a spot to put it. Road flare, a couple reasons. Brings attention to your position, and also that is oh crap, I've got to make fire. It's been raining for several days, and I have to make it right now. Road flare, fantastic. Those are pretty large. I've seen the little small ones sold for like $5 to $10 in a 3-pack at Walmart. If you don't have those in your kit, you need to put that in your kit. Now this right here is expensive. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. But, oops. Told you it was gonna be awkward kind of get this done, but I got the Jackery backup. This is the Jackery portable Explorer 1000. That's some serious stuff, you all. But I keep that in my truck for a situation where I'm gonna have to stay in there for, again, an extended period of time, and give me a power supply. It's got a light on it, and it lasts forever. It can recharge my cell phone, for example, about 30 times. Okay, so, and that's me using a cell phone sparingly, as I would in an emergency situation. So they make smaller versions. I would recommend a smaller version, but it has a flashing light on it, so you can use that as a signal as well. And I always keep several of these in my truck for signaling too, and that is, these are Sialume Chem lights. You can't see it real well right here. You can see it in the dark, but that brings attention to my position in the dark. This is emergency survival blanket. This particular one's made by Titan, and I'll put a list together for all this stuff, and links for everything, and put it in the blog and attach it to the video, okay, or the description on YouTube. The reason I have this blanket, and it's very important compared to something like this, is that think about these two colors in the snow. Let's say that I use these as signaling devices. This is going to show up in the snow with that red, orange. It's actually got a hot pink, and this one is not going to show up very well at all in the snow. So that's something to consider if you haven't already. I've been talking about this on my woods walks lately. Oh, one more signaling device. No, I've got two more. This and this. Take a look at this. I'm not going to turn this one on, but or pop this one. But this is a marine distress signal. It puts off a high volume of bright fluorescent orange smoke, if you will. You can buy those online. This is a pop smoke for tactical use. Pull it and I'll show you why I don't like this for this environment. Check that out. That's cool. Woo! That's cool if I need to pop smoke, and you know what I mean by that, if you know what I mean by that. But that sucks as a signaling device for bringing attention to your position. See that smoke that's behind me? That's going to match up with the snow, and it's going to be nearly impossible. That's why having something that is orange is going to be beneficial to you for a snow event. Let's talk about core body temp. I'm taking these things in order. I would signal things first, right? Here's my kit that you see me wearing all the time. This is Hill People gear. SAR kit bag. I have on the back of it a Recon chest harness, or the Recon harness, as well as the admin panel. The reason I have the admin panel is simply because it comes off and on, and I can put this on my packs, and this helps me be a little bit more organized. Let me show you what I got in here. I have a bright orange Magpool. What are these, DACA pouches or something like that? Yeah, DACA, D-A-K-A. I don't know what that means. It's an acronym for something. But this is my fire kit. Fast fire, ferro rod, extra lighter. I always have a lighter in my pocket. Waterproof bag. Everything in here works when it's wet, but I keep it in a waterproof bag to help build a fire. Also inside there, I have two candles from Exotac. Exotac has all the lighter covers and stuff of that nature. Let me pull one of those out. Yeah. They have Bics, big lighter covers, and I actually took mine off and gave it to Jennifer last night. But get the ExoTac lighter covers. I don't have another one. It's buried deep in my truck. But they're fantastic for lighter covers, and then they have candles as well, small tea candles. Put that inside of a vehicle. You don't have to worry about carbon monoxide poisoning with a candle. Anything that's going to burn fossil fuels, yes, you do. But candles, no. So that's going to be a way to keep some heat inside of the cab of a truck. The other way is to have insulating layers to maintain your heat, keep your heat. I've been talking about my Happy Jacket that I've been wearing on my woods walks. This thing's the bomb diggity. I wore it yesterday in 13-degree weather, got hot, rucking around, but sitting in a deer stand, sitting in a truck because you're in a survival situation, this is the bomb diggity. It would be, this I think is one of the most key pieces of equipment that I've bought in a long time. Let me get back to this. What I also have in here is some water purification or water filtration supplies and purification supplies. I have tablets, I have Sawyer Mini, and I have Rapid Pure for filtration. I have tablets for purification. So that's all important. That's all in my books, and all that stuff's in there, so you can get the specifics on that there. I have another bandana because I hike with this. I also keep garbage bag in there as a means of a waterproof barrier for myself. And again, keep in mind, that's basically, if you think about it, this is my survival supplies in the admin pocket. If I carry my big backpack, which in my big backpack, which goes in my truck every day too, I have a waterproof bag. This is made by Snugback, but you can use a garbage bag in here. I usually keep the Happy Jacket down in there, but since I'm getting ready to put it on, I went and pulled it out and made this video easier. I also have the SOL bivy, which is a reflective bivy that I could get into inside the vehicle. And ham radio, you all. Here's my ham radio. I have it. I have extra batteries for it. And invaluable tool. You got to get your ham. You just got to. Sorry, you got to get it. I also keep canteen. I don't keep water in that particular canteen. Let me show you what I keep in my truck. I'll be right back. All right, so I keep several jugs of water in my truck, and I always pull out the electrolyte packets out of MREs when I'm eating them, unless I need them for a class or something. I very rarely need those anymore, so I always pull these out and I keep these in my truck. So I've got electrolytes. Then I keep some Korean jerky. I've talked about this lately, but if you're gonna sleep and you wanna maintain core body temp, it's always good to eat a little bit of protein, particularly right before you go to bed, because that elevates your body temperature. If you're hydrated and you eat protein, it elevates your body temp and keeps you just slightly warmer. And it's not that it elevates your body temp, it just helps your body optimally run and function. So those are all good things. I also keep, my wife used one of them last night. Actually, the house, our heat pump is out at our house, or has been out. So we've got it on a reduced flow, keeping the house just enough to keep the water from freezing in the house. So what heat we have in there. So she's using some of our equipment inside the house right now as I record this. But I have the Wilderness Innovations poncho, insulated poncho liner. She's using my Hill People gear inside of her bed last night. That worked really well. I have the Wilderness Innovations tarp, bomb-proof tarp. Keep that in my truck. And I also have the Wilderness Innovations Polar Fleece poncho liner. All of those button into that tarp so that I can wear it. I can also button it all together and then utilize it as a blanket. The other night I stayed in the house. It was 50 degrees. That's not cold, you all. I'm not saying that's cold at all. But I tried to sleep under the insulating layer of the Wilderness Innovations and got so hot I had to take it off. It was just too much. It was ridiculous. So let me push this stuff out of my way and pull out some other things that I think are important. And a couple of them are things I'm sure you probably, a lot of you don't have, and I want you to get them if you don't. All right, so let's take a look at these things. All right, first off, try to do this one-handed. I'm talking about, you talk about a useful tool. This thing's expensive, okay? I don't know how much it is. I'll have links for everything, you all. You can look it up and you can afford it. I'm all about it. Pain in the butt getting this out one-handed. Sorry. This is the, daggone it. Noco Boost HD. This is a booster jumper for dead batteries. It also has a USB port. It also has a light. So this is a fantastic tool to keep in your truck. It's been often that we have classes, and at the end of a class, for example, somebody's left the light on their truck and they got a dead battery. There was one class where I jumped 4 trucks after one class because it was particularly cold, and there were some, well, I'm not going to tell you, there's some secrets, but anyway, it caused some people to have low batteries. But anyway, I jumped 4 trucks. Thing was going strong. So fantastic piece of equipment. Have a piece of equipment here to pump up, utilizing the jackery as a means of getting power to pump up tires remotely. And here's something that a lot of people need to get if you don't have them, okay? So first off, this is my tow strap. I have a tow strap readily available and accessible, and it's easy to get to. This is one of those things that I don't have to get this often, but I want it to be easy to get to when I need it, because life sucks at that moment, all right? So I always keep it right here at the end of my deck system. Here's what I was referring to earlier. These are tactical recovery kit, and they come from Tactical Recovery Equipment. But I don't think I can do this one-handed, but I'm gonna figure out how to do it anyway. So the way these work, you have an eye that's made into the piece of equipment. And once you get this cinched back up, this will not come apart. So this is what you connect to a vehicle. You have this one connect to the other vehicle. Look how easy this is to open. Okay, you can actually pull these strings right here to open these. This opens it up. Close it back up. And you can pull, I've pulled tractors, 4-wheelers, trucks, and everything out of ditches and off the farm with these and the tow strap. They don't weigh very much. They're very strong. There was a class that I was assisting. I was part of a cadre that was teaching disaster readiness for a 3-letter agency in the federal government. And it was so sloppy nasty. We got, I can't remember how many it was. I bet we got 15 vehicles stuck where we were teaching, and we use those over and over and over. You just slap them on, hook up the tow strap, pull stuff out, move out. You're good to go. Also in here, I have Fix-A-Flat, which I know if you're a mechanic, you hate that stuff, and I get it, but in an emergency, you'll want it for helping fix the flats, as well as I have a tire plug kit. You gotta have those things, you all. You don't want to be in a situation in a disaster and need that kind of stuff and not have it, okay? And you need to practice that stuff. Find a farmer in your area, somebody that's got a ranch or something. They've got a flat tire somewhere, I guarantee it, that is needs plugged, and you can practice. Some other things that I have, and again, that's because I have a big toolbox. You probably have a trunk. Even if you have a little car, you don't have to have all this stuff. I'm just throwing a bunch of ideas out for you. I've got a whole case of these underneath the back seat of my truck, hot hands. If you have a sleeping bag or something of that nature and you throw all that stuff in there, get inside of it, and you throw a couple hot hands in there, you talk about a night's sleep that's going to be nice and warm. You'll be fine. yeah, you'll be fine. I have a bunch of extra batteries in my Tough Possum gear bag. I actually have my Tough Possum gear pad that I use. Golly, I use that all the time. And I have dig out tools, shovels, walking sticks and stuff of that nature in there too. So that'll give you an idea of some things. Maybe it's something that you haven't thought of. I would also recommend that you have self-defense tools to take care of yourself and those that you care about. Those will be what your current level of training is. And for me, if I'm going to be somewhere where I know I might have to walk home, I have the tools that are a little bit more robust, if you will, for self-defense. If I have to walk home and exist out in the middle on the side of the interstates walking for a month or something of that nature to get back home. But that's a self-rescue, disaster readiness. Crap has hit the fan so bad that we're not going to be going back to normal anytime soon, and I might have to walk home sort of thing. The best advice I can give you is stay with the truck, right? No matter what's going on, put out the signals for yourself. Stay with the truck. Turn your I'm a big fan of having flares and other things on your vehicle to bring attention to it. Chem lights and stuff of that nature, so you don't have to use your battery with the emergency lights on. If vehicles are coming, then you can turn your emergency signals on. You'll have plenty of battery to run it. That's going to be helpful. And again, if the battery goes dead, you got the jumper, so you can get it started again. Use a little bit more gas. Warm up the car if you need to with fuel, and then turn it back off and utilize all these other tools that we've shared to keep you warm, to stay in the car. Okay, so yeah, there's something in there that I think you like. I hope you do. I've got a wide and varying degree of gear, that's for sure. Hope it helps, and thank you for listening in. I'm gonna turn this off and I'll come back and let you know how long that road flare lasts. I had to come out in the woods. That thing took forever. It is 33 minutes that thing lasted for. So just a word of caution, don't do it right next to the back of your truck where your gas tank is. It's probably a little close when I did mine there for you all. So have multiples of those in your vehicle. The little ones, obviously, that's what I would call a big one. The little ones are going to last a lot shorter than that. It'll tell you on the packaging when you get them at Walmart or Dick's or wherever, big box stores. Hope this has helped you all. And check out the link in the blog. I'll have a listing of everything here and probably add some things to it that I just didn't want to take 45 minutes to show you all this stuff. Come on, join in. Thanks for learning together. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. If you want to stay connected, do this. Check out the website, naturereliance.org. That's naturereliance.org. Scroll down to the bottom of the page, join our newsletter. That's where we do all the giveaways. That's where we do all the discounts. That's where we do all the cool stuff for all the cool kids. You'll want to be part of it. Come on, join in. Let's learn together.